Hi, this is Matthew again. I want to talk about a currently running series on the CW that's just about to finish. It's called Sherlock and Daughter. It is on the CW, as I said. It started in April. It's June 29th, 2025 as I record this, and season 1 episode 6 has just aired last night on the 24th. It's a Wednesday show. On the CW, there's apparently going to be 8 episodes, so there's 2 left of the first season. I hope there's more. I do enjoy it. I'm a Sherlock Holmes fan anyway. Anything Sherlock Holmes, I'm going to watch it. So it doesn't matter what it is, pretty much I'm going to watch it. Very few exceptions. I would watch something like that. So, yeah. It is a little different take on it. Sherlock Holmes, at least. We started in America with Amelia Rojas and her mother, who does tell her that Sherlock is her father. He was in a letter. Because, yeah, she goes off to town to get supplies. I believe her mother was sick. And while she's gone in town, I don't remember where exactly this was. I forget now. They were on a farm, I think. Her mother is murdered, and I think they burn the house and stuff. I'm not sure, but there's a letter that she finds, and it says that Sherlock Holmes is her mother, I think, if I remember right. And she should go to London and find him and basically try to, get a relationship going with her father. Which she does do, and kind of is another person on the way, but that's not important to this kind of overview. They do meet up. He seems to have no knowledge of her or her mother, which is weird because you think if you had spent any of that kind of time and been in a relationship with a woman like that, you would probably remember it. Because in the books, the only woman he was ever interested in at all was Irene Adler in A Scandal in Bohemia, which he called the woman, because he was at his intellectual level, kind of like kind of best him as far as a woman at that time did. It's in the 1800s, just like the original books are. I don't remember what year it's supposed to be. I don't recall that. It's later. So they're basically trying to figure out he's trying to figure out about her and her mother and stuff. And she does get to go on cases with him, just kind of begrudgingly, but he's kind of begun to kind of accept her. She does a lot of posing as servants and stuff, and where he can't go and she can, and can get him information that he can't normally get, just because he's not a woman and a servant. People know who he is, and he can't really kind of do. He does disguises and stuff anyway, but she can go in as kind of a servant girl, and she's American, so a lot of at least upper class British tend to look down, I think, on servants anyway, but then people from a former colony and stuff. That kind of thing is going on in the show. And a weird thing, for some reason, I'm guessing Moriarty has kidnapped Mrs. Hudson, his landlady, and Watson. Dr. Watson, his assistant, of course. They're being kidnapped and being taken to different locations and stuff throughout the show so far, which is a bit weird. But they haven't quite found. Amelia has seen them. I don't think Sherlock has. None of this is described, so I don't know. I'm just a lot of guesswork, and I don't know anybody that's watching it to ask either. At this moment of recording, I don't know if anyone's watching this. I don't know. I hope other countries get it. I don't know what the timing is on this. I assume it's a CW production. I have not looked into that. Just kind of wanted to put this out with it. Not too much checking, but since it's still an ongoing series. It's mostly done, but I don't even know where they filmed it. I may look later, but I'm enjoying it so far. There's a weird twist of it, though. Moriarty has a son, which I forget where that came from, but he basically had some criminal things going on, or he lived in Australia and grows up there, and then kind of has had a rough life with prisons and whatnot. But he's trying to reconnect with his father, and I don't know exactly what his motives are for sure. He could be okay, but he could be kind of shifty and shady, and just like his dad. I don't exactly know where they're going to go with this. Season 2. We don't know if there's going to be a season 2 yet. I haven't heard because it's still airing here. I don't know. I know we're probably the biggest ratings push on it. I don't know how much overseas stuff they take into it. I hope it does air somewhere. I'd like to see it described somewhere. That'd be great. If someone's going to do it, please describe this, because it's a lot of dialogue, but there are some visuals that would be nice to know what's happening for sure. I'm glad it's in the 1800s. There's a show on CBS called Watson. It's a modern take on Holmes too, but it's just Watson because Sherlock has died in that one. It's an interesting show. It's very different. Elementary was fantastic. That was Sherlock and Watson. Watson was a woman in that one, Lucy Liu, I believe. Really good. Johnny, I forget his name now. I want to say Johnny Ivor. That's the Apple guy, though. That's not the right Johnny. I forget his name now. That was a really good show. Should be on Paramount Plus for sure. Go check out Elementary if you haven't. I really thoroughly enjoyed the 7 seasons it had. Yeah, it was one of these weird ones where it was on Thursdays, I think it was, and then season 3 or 4, it went to the summertime, and it was a much shorter run, and ended in season 7 in 2019. I forget what year it started. 2011, 2012. That was a good show. Slightly related thing, but I don't know if we're going to find in Sherlock and Daughter if we're going to find Watson and Mrs. Hudson by the end of the season. I don't know. I hope so. I'd like to see all them interact with Amelia and see what that dynamic is. Because I feel she could kind of help them, seeing she can get into places they can't, being a woman, and maybe a little bit lower class than Sherlock. I'm not quite sure, but she can pose as servants and other people like that. It's kind of an interesting dynamic. But I like Sherlock Holmes. I think the show is very interesting. Is he as Sherlock as the books stuff? Probably not. A little bit nicer, a little bit more sympathetic. Not quite. Haven't seen any like bouts of depression, or he used cocaine in the books sometimes when he would get bored, and where there was no cases going on. But I know there are things happening with Scotland Yard. He's investigating, and the stuff with Amelia, and I maybe that's keeping him occupied in the show. Or maybe he hasn't had any bouts of depression or anything, as I said. So I don't know. They haven't done anything with that yet. But I really like it. I do like some of the. Nice to hear like horse hooves on cobblestones and stuff. That's kind of cool. Some of the sound design is kind of nice in it so far. It's not a huge part of it, but you get to hear some horses and other things, street vendors and stuff in the background, and that's kind of neat. Don't get to hear that as often as I would like to sometimes. But yeah, it's on the CW. Of course, the app is free. You don't have to do any. You don't have to make an account or anything. It just works. And you can watch all kinds of stuff on there. There's even like TV channels of different types, but CW shows, but even shows that weren't on the CW are there. There's quite a bit there. I haven't really explored that app a whole lot most of the time. There are ads, of course, it being free. There's no ads option or anything. You just go in and watch it. There's no account. There's nothing. It never has been. I know Nexstar owns it now, and they've done a lot of changes. But I do like that. They have a lot of other few Canadian shows. They've got, I think, one superhero show left. They have sports on Saturdays now. They've got some other kind of true crimey things. You got like Penn and Teller stuff, of course. That's never left. I think there's a wrestling thing on Tuesday nights. Before this is a Canadian show called Wild Cards, which I know is on CBC. I do want to check that out. It's only in season 3, I think. It is described on CBC. I need to go and watch that. It's kind of one of these where it's like two cops of opposite personalities having to work together. So I need to check that one out. That they do have that one. I think it's no that's no, that's during the weekend. They have Sullivan's Crossing now for Sherlock. I think now that's a medical show on CTV. I think it's described, but I don't have a Canadian provider, so I can't watch it that way. I don't know how I'm going to watch that one. But Wild Cards I think has ended already. But that I know is there. I'll have to look at it. There's some Canadian shows, lots of different things on CW now. It's not just superheroes and like teen dramas anymore. They've really shifted its focus from what it has been forever. But yeah, check this out. Maybe by the time you watch it, all 8 have aired. I think the last was on June 11th, 2025. So just a couple weeks left of this, and we'll see if it continues or not. I hope so. I enjoy it, and hopefully it'll go. I assume it'll go on Max as well. I don't think they'll describe it, but it might go on Max after it finishes. So you might be able to get it there if you have Max, and you don't want the ads. So you might have 2 places, but for right now it's free on the CW. No account necessary ever. You can watch whatever you want on there. Give it a look. I like it. I need to watch episode 6 because it aired last night, so I just started before I started working. I got about 6 minutes in before I had to start work, so hopefully I will get more. I'll watch it probably on the bus or something going back home, but it's a good show. Check it out. Sherlock and Daughter, currently on the CW, hopefully going elsewhere. I don't know where. I hope it goes somewhere and will be described. So maybe I can possibly check it out on a VPN or something. Or if just Max is nice and they start describing it, that'd be great, because I could watch it again and go, oh, that's what happened. But yeah, that's Sherlock and Daughter at the moment. I like it, but I guess I'm easily entertained or something. I like most things I watch, and I don't find a lot of fault with things. Yeah, I don't know, but I like it. You might check it out, see if you like it. Tell me what you think in the comments, what your thoughts are on it, what you've seen of it, or if you get it all watched or are watching it. Let me know in the comments. At the moment, I think that will do, and I will see you guys in another video.